Welcome back to part two of the series that's called What If the Female Deku Was Muscular's Girlfriend? Part two. Oh, so in the last one, sorry for breathing into it sounds like I'm breathing into my microphone, but or my yeah. But the yeah. So in this part I'm going to go over the, like, yeah. So, let's begin before. So, Muscular and Zumi, and in Class 1A, they will go to dodgeball thing, or hero test, that if they become pro heroes, and yeah. So, yeah. Muscular says that's interesting, as she basically, when, yeah, like, a couple times he, like, after school thing, like when they're off school property thing, he usually flirts with her, with Zumi, more, or, and yeah, sends her a full recovery. And yeah, she basically went full on Super Saiyan. Not really. So, when, like, whole, like, shenanigans between her shooting All For One with his own attack, and she, or he better, or he said, I better not mention that, the, or not to bring it up back up. Yeah. So then, yeah. So Zumi was basically had a freak out moment at, like, All For One thing. So, in order to, like, in the first part, I remember when I said she had, like, swirlers in her eyes. This is what I was referring to. See? When she got kidnapped, and yeah. They put, like, drugged her up, kind. So, yeah. And because that's why her motor functions of her body wasn't working properly. So, yeah. So then at dodgeball, someone accidentally hit her in the face, and then the nosebleed. In, as, yeah, Muscular with a, uh, with a ball thing. When he saw that, yeah, then he got faster, and he got everyone out. Like, everyone in, like, three red dot things was, yeah, red in a second, because how fast he went. Only two people that were left was Zumi and him. So then, yeah, or actually their class, yeah. So, yeah, he is now more treats the classmates of Class 1A as his family. So if anyone tries to hurt his family, yeah, I'll bury you all. Yeah. And he's still ticked off at the villains for what they have done to Zumi, drugging her up. Because when I said more, in the last part, she was so drugged up. She wanted more. So, yeah. So, yeah. Then So, Muscular was like, yeah. And, but now she's back to herself. As she says, I love that. I love that man. As she says that. As, let's say, Muscular says, love to you, sweet pea. Yeah. As they. As they. Or. Yeah. Two people that have. Like. That are strong. Or. Like. Strong and powerful. Like. He's the strength. She's the brains. Yeah. As. Some. As. The. Let's say. The killer whale with his goons pops out of nowhere. As he takes out all the hoons, as he told Zumi what or actually Zumi tells him what the plan is to distract all the goons, to like take them all out first until get to the citizens. Okay, as she agrees, or he agrees with that, as he keeps the goons, yeah, away. And then the killer whale knows that Zumi was the one that planned it. So what he did, he went after her. As he does that same move to her, sending as he's trying to, or he or she was trying to keep his or her balance. As she backstepped, and yeah. So then she actually, instead of like moving too far back, it was just her foot. As he like she tries to dodge it, but ends up getting hit by it. As yeah. So then when Muscular saw what that as he says that killer whale he needs to get away from my beautiful thing. As he starts and keeping goons from as all the goons try to shoot him. Yeah. And plus when he did that to poor Zumi, he didn't realize he wasn't moving far back enough. She was just like taking the blow. And then but some of her clothes were ripped. As she's like embarrassed. As he says, whoops. As she knocks him out with a haymaker. Bam! Yeah. So she. Good thing was of course, she knows that she says, thank goodness it had. Grapefruit kid isn't looking at me. Yeah, literally. It was just like, where is that grapefruit kid? Though, hold on. This one I'm saying, and because you know how he likes to sing some girls. Yeah. But, yeah, in this, as Muscular looks over and sees her like shirt thing or her superhero outfit was torn. And to reveal her skin as she is so embarrassed. As Killer Whale knows it was the accident, he thought she was gonna fly backwards, but she didn't. As Muscular knows, so he has some intelligence of so he walks over to Zumi as he had a backpack for her because he told Mr. Ozawa that if some reason my little pumpkin, that's what he's saying, my little pumpkin gets her clothes ripped, that's why I'm packing the extra clothes for her. Yeah, her little lovely outfit. So, yeah, he walks over to her, and the backpack was like small on the outside, like you could fit in or he looked like it, but it's actually a changing room. So Zumi, he jumps in, and he closes the lid because because she was embarrassed. as she starts changing, you know how, like, some things are, like, big things come in small packages? Yeah. Well, the backpack was that. So, yeah. So he basically... So she basically had a spare, like, suit thing that could handle any attacks. So, yeah. Then, basically, when she pops out, continues the fight thing. As, yeah, Killer Whale, or after the dodgeball thing, Killer Whale walks up to Zumi and tells her, sorry about that, I thought you were gonna fly backwards because most of the people usually fly backwards when I use my quirk. And she says, that's okay. After all, it was my strong will that and pushes that. Okay? As Muscular is happy that the killer whales apologizes to that. And yeah. Because no one wants to see, or probably that like Three Stooges that I'm calling them, the Grapefruit Kid, Human Pikachu, and Tape Boy. That's what I'm calling them. Him, and the one underneath Dark Shadow. The seat number 19. Yeah, her. Or him. So, yeah. Because they know that if Zumi or All Might, or not All Might, Muscular's girlfriend gets touched by one of them, Muscular is gonna bring down all heck's gonna bring down. Yeah. As they are trying to avoid the Muscular and go for some other people that don't have the strongest boyfriends. Yeah. So, yeah. Then after they became the pro heroes. So their first mission is with Overhaul. Like, as he could, or she could sense, or like, because she didn't realize that she had infinity in Zero. But then when, of course, he was just thinking that. And she's trying to think. After she, like, did. And let's say the next day, or they went out and they went on patrol, as they see Aries running, and yeah, then all that stuff. As Zumi like when she kind of gains the Aries' memories, like copied her memories, as yeah, let's say Muscular was with her that time, as he tells her, or let's say both of them were in bed, or in two separate beds, but in the same room, as it was like a hotel. Sorry. So yeah, it was basically, as she woke up crying, as Muscular gets out of bed. He had like the pants and shirt on, the like his original, or he had jammies on, or jam pants. As he says, "What's wrong?" As she tells him that her Aries. Yeah, I remember Aries, though, or that little girl. Oh, that the big, or that guy that's in like a fur coat with a bird beak took back. As she says, yeah, that one, it wasn't his like daughter at all. She was the experiment, or she's getting experimented on, and it's as she couldn't sleep, as Muscular's thinking, like, if some people, of course, he tells them that some people or some villains have the tendency to have their goals get accomplished. As Zuko, or as, not Zuko, Zumi says, as he says, heck, if I didn't meet you, at very young age, I would have been a wanted criminal for murder against like all the pro heroes and whoever was standing in my way. As she blushes, she could not believe as he says, yeah. So he pets her on the head and tells her that the nothing's your fault. You can't control the will of others. But I'm not. Plus, I'm not that murderer. I'm not the murderer that can be stopped. I'm the. Okay? As she understands that he is kind-hearted to him. Yeah, in the last video that I did, part 1 of this, was that Muscular was in this what if is totally different compared to his like canon version. I double clicked, really? Okay. So yeah. So he says, go to bed. Okay. As he ends up going to bed in her bed with her to make her so comfortable. Yeah. As he and her were cuddling with a blanket over them. Yeah. So then the next day, they ended up woke up and had their cup of coffee. As he ends up decides to basically be a, as he quietly tells himself that they needs, or he needed to be a good husband to her so that she doesn't, because he thinks, or his deepest fear of not being good enough and her leaving him behind. As the morning started, as Zumi, he woke up after her, as her, as he tells her, or good morning, pumpkin. Yeah, they gave them the names or nicknames because how much they love each other. Yeah, so she was still slowly waking up. Um, she knows, or he knows that she's slowly waking up as she, or he gave her coffee. And so, yeah, so she, or so he tells her, and tell you something? As she says, sure. Okay, how do you feel if I wasn't a good, like, husband or good boyfriend? Would you leave me? As she looks at him, no, silly, I won't leave you. No. As she tells him that she loves him so much that since, yeah, from age of 3 to right now, she been loved him no matter what. Okay? And she says, that doesn't mean that you had to, like, cheat on me with another girl. As he starts laughing. You know, would never. I chose you too. So it was a perfect couple. As he says, I'm the bronze, you're the brains, little pumpkin. Yeah. So then they, like, go to school. Then they became pro. Or actually, they got a phone calls to become in. As overhaul, or actually, Zuku, or no, Zumi. I try to keep calling her the female Deku is called Zumi. So she ends up going with Muscular too. Yeah. And yeah, the As she was like, go ahead. As she was like, what you see on your screen. She was sitting down in a chair. As Zumi, or no, the racer head says, okay. As then Lockdown just decided to, like, be rude. Like, why do we hire a bunch of kids? And as instead of, like, saying, why do we hire a bunch of hens that doesn't even know what they're doing? As he points to Zumi, you already seen Overhaul. So, and plus you don't even know your own abilities. As he's about to say worthless, but then Muscular steps in, grabs the Lockdown by the throat, nails him to the wall, as he says, don't you ever talk to my pumpkin like that ever again. Then the next time we meet, I'll make sure that to break just both your arms. As Zumi says, calm down, Muscular. I'm okay with that. Okay? As he walks back to his seat, he was sitting right next to Zumi. Yeah. Everyone knows, don't talk smack about the Zumi, or else Muscular might come out of nowhere. Wha-bam! Yeah. So they talked about the plans, and there's these 6 areas. As he or she already pinpointed where, as she tells them, can I go to there, the Tapa area? Yes. You and Muscular will go to there. All the rest of us will scout the other 5. Ooh boy. I can't wait. As he cracks his knuckles. As, yeah. They were also talking about the Quark racing bullets. Helen. As they said, I don't know what it is. So, as Zumi says, may I see that? Sure. As she's in deep thought, as Muscular tells her, what's the matter, sweet pea? You know something's up, right? Well, based off of my remember that dream that I had, that I told you about? About Ares? Yeah. I think Hank Overhaul is trying to turn her into a bunch of bullets because she has 1 quirk. Or actually, they asked what's the 1 quirk that this so-called Ares has. As she tells them or the Ares has a rewind quirk. So it's basically, as Sir Night Eyes could tell that she's not lying. So, yeah. So Muscular says, "All right, if they ever try, or of course, after they had that meeting, they went to their like 6 areas. Zumi and Zuko, or no, Zumi and Muscular went to that area where the overhaul was at. They got permission. As they knocked, as the doors, or as, let's say Zumi knocked and the door exploded, hits her in the face. As, yeah, Muscular saw that as he comes in, beats the snot out of all the villains. And yeah, as there was blood trickling down her face, as she's trying not to think about it, as yeah, Muscular went first in, or he carries her in his backpack, so that as, yeah, you know how like the you hit your head on like, here, hold on, give me a moment, here, hold on, give me a moment, like that. Yeah, so that's basically what it was, and it was just weird. As she wipes or she grabbed a towel thing that he packed for her, wipes the blood off of her face. Yeah. As he's basically on the outside carrying the backpack around, as he beats up all the bad guys, and then he got to overhaul fight. So yeah, then basically, then Zumi and Zuko, or no, Zumi and Muscular says, "Huh, you really did that this time." As Zumi takes Ares away, because she knows that he's, or because or she knows that he's about to have a brawl with Overhaul. Yeah, but dumb luck. When the man that had a black mask, a black outfit on, he was, yeah, white, so he's just wearing the black clothes. So she decides to pick up the quark erasing bullets and the gun, as he tells her, just stay in the corner away from everybody. Okay? As she runs up to Overhaul, as she pulls the trigger, and it aimed right at the Overhaul's like chest. Bang, bang. Or actually into his arms. And yeah, the quark erasing bullets, as thank goodness the gun, at the very last second, the gun got obliterated. with the Quark erasing bullets. As, yeah. Huh. Little Pumpkin knows how to do things the gentle way, keeping the damage to the minimum. Yeah. As he walks up to Ares, or no, he walks up to Zumi, and then they took Ares away, and yeah. So, it was just hilarious. So then, yeah, they became professional pro heroes. They actually got married, and had one kid that had the powers of muscular and limit. That means Zumi. But she also gained powers of infinity and zero. So, yeah. Basically, Muscular was basically doing pro hero stuff. So does Zumi. Yeah. As, yeah, so she understands, or he understands that no one will come to harm to his wife or her or to their unborn child. So, yeah. So he made the crime rate go down a lot. Like, all the way to zero. Yeah. He made it way too safe. And Muscular wanted Zumi to be with him, on the top ranks. So the government decided, okay, do that. So they both were in the same category of first place. Yeah. As Mina, let's say Mina was very, not like, or she was very nice to Zumi, but she ends up, or all the class 1A's girls wanted to, like, make sure or when she went into labor, and the guys, of course, kept Muscular her, because he doesn't want, or she doesn't want him to freak out. But so, and plus the pro heroes, and yeah, as yeah. So then Zumi, or actually when Muscular got called by his friend, Momo, they're just friends. So he or so she tells him that it's about Zumi. She's going in, or actually she, or he tells her, or no, she tells him that she's going into labor as what she didn't want. Of course, Momo told her or told him why that he didn't, or why she didn't, or why Zumi didn't like tell him, because he might have a like one of those moments things, as so, and plus as as yeah, sorry. So he says, I'll be right there, and don't worry, or tells me, don't worry, I won't go like super crazy about. Hey, as yeah. So then she gave birth to one happy girl. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Should I do. I know there's muscular. I know there's Zoomy. How about buffed up? Um, um, yeah. The. Or like something. How about buffed up? Um, because her quirk is like her father's, but instead of showing like the meat thing, like the muscle fibers, she makes her skin harder and way more buffed up than like anything. But she has the same intelligence as her mother. Very smart, like super intelligence. And she also has the infinity and zero as her powers. Yeah, it was basically they already did the deed. And yeah. So I'm gonna leave it off because it was just how it is. So the I'm gonna go past you real quick. Of I'm gonna do what if Deku was overhauls owns girlfriend. Yeah, I'm just I was thinking about that the other day when or yesterday, because overhaul you really don't see too much of like his love life thing. like how he could get romantic with like ladies things. Not like experimenting on children's. I'm looking at you, Aries. Yeah, don't worry. And yeah, we see him as a villain, but in this what it or the in this what if that I'm gonna probably do is I'm making him turn more into like a hero instead of like a straight up bad guy. Like, oh, I'm gonna experiment with Aries and all that stuff. So if you want me to do that series, leave it in the comments below of just do it. Just do it. So yeah. So yeah. I'm having a hard time. So yeah. So it goes crazy. And did you like I took 2 days to get 2 parts in? Or is it too much? Please leave a like, share, subscribe to all the fun things. See you guys and girls later.